This is my second video about the impact of mindsets. You might ask, why would I do another video on a similar topic? Well, frankly, your mindset impacts every part of your business and your success. And so the more you know about how mindset impacts your business and life, the more you can improve on it. In the previous video, I talked a lot about the impact of a fixed and growth mindset. This video is more about the impact of your mindset more generally and the benefit of taking time to understand the impact business mindset can have, especially during the tough times in business. In this video, we will answer the question, how does your mindset impact your business? We will also discuss what is mindset, why you should, in my humble opinion, care about it, and how you can improve it. So let's jump in. I was researching a mindset quote and I wanted to use it to kick us off for this video. All the quotes that I found were about overcoming adversity or looking at challenges in a certain way. They were about trying hard and focusing on growth and looking to find the good in difficult situations. Initially, I was sort of like, well, this isn't helpful for me wanting a snazzy mindset quote. Then I realized that this is quite literally the reason we need to focus on mindset. Because while running a business, the way we think about failure and problems is what makes us successful. So let's kick off by answering the question, what is mindset? Your mindset is your attitude or the set of beliefs that you hold about a particular thing. And this could be anything from your personal life or your career through to whether you believe you're able to learn new skills in an area that you're not skilled in. Your mindset is even your attitude as to whether you can change your mindset. Your mindset shapes how you act, what you think, and changes how you feel. Dr. Carol Dweck writes in her book Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, that our mindsets can be categorized as either fixed or growth. If you have a fixed mindset, you'll generally consider that you have certain skills and beliefs that can't be or are too hard to change. Ever hear someone say, I'm just not that person? Or I've never been good at that, so I just don't do it? Someone with a fixed mindset might avoid challenges because it reinforces beliefs around them lacking capability in certain areas. They may stick to learning in areas they're comfortable in or not learn at all because they believe it's their fate not to know something. When someone holds a fixed mindset, setbacks often stop progress because trying can seem fruitless. People with fixed mindsets are often more interested in appearing smart, and so they tend to stay in their lane and therefore avoid new experiences outside of that comfort zone. If your mindset is more growth focused, however, you'll probably be more interested in learning. You will most likely take criticism constructively and therefore use it as an opportunity to grow. You will also more likely see challenges as not as roadblocks, but as areas for development. So let's take a second and see what sort of mindset you might have. Take a moment now, and it would be great if you can find a quiet place to sit and listen and just observe that little voice in your head as I ask you to think about the following topics. Just notice whether you have a negative or positive belief around it. Feel free to write something about whatever might come up, and then think about how you might be fixed in your thinking, or conversely, how you may have taken a growth mindset to develop a positive approach to these things. These statements are also listed in the description below, so you can come back to it after the video if you prefer. At school, I was never good at, and so now exercise makes me, so in relationships, I'm really bad at. In business and my work, I'm really good at because. I avoid doing because My biggest regret is, and as a result, I. What came up for you? Did you notice any thoughts that may have you stuck? I'd love you to leave a comment about what you learned about yourself. Okay, so now with these insights, why should you care about how you think about these things? Your mindset impacts how likely you are to try new things, whether to step out of your comfort zone, how likely you are to take risks in your business and life, and how quickly you'll get back on the horse when you've taken a knock. So the more that you can foster a growth mindset, the more likely that you will build resilience during the trying times in the business, as well as, frankly, in life. The more you foster a growth mindset, the more that you'll look at failure as an opportunity to grow. Mindset and a growth business mindset is a tool that I believe should be sharpened every day in order to foster your business growth together with your personal growth. So now that we've discussed what it is and why you might want to think about your mindset, you might want to know how you can improve it. So my first suggestion on improving mindset might sound simple, but sometimes the first step is actually the hardest. And I think the first step is to admit that you want to or need to shift your mindset. Interestingly, I just finished a coaching session with a client and he was talking about how he changed his mindset when he decided he was going to develop his business from just him to wanting to run a company that would operate without him. He needed to fundamentally shift the way that he thought and his beliefs in order to become the person who ran the business that operated without him. With this change also came a shift in how he thought about wealth and money and himself as a leader. Now, step 2 to impact business mindset is to focus on the journey of change and growth, not the destination. If you're focused on the journey, you're focused on the incremental steps, shifts, and changes that happen along the way. The risk around focusing on the destination is that if you don't like what it is when you get there, or you don't get the expected result, finish the task, or get the hoped approval, it's easy to get discouraged and give up. The next way to shift your mindset, and I almost want to slap myself for saying this, but there really is something true about being able to focus on the positives. If you're able to reframe a negative experience and look for areas of growth within it, it not only improves things today, but also over time, it can help to refocus your mindset on finding positive experiences generally. An example of this was a client of mine who had about $50,000 worth of stock stolen from his business. He now is so grateful for the experience because as a result, he reset his processes, he improved his security protocols, changed the way that he onboarded team members, and generally used it as a process improval team. He says that it saved him from losing $500,000 now that his business has grown. Number 4 in how to improve your business mindset is really simple. Simply appreciate and embrace the fact that you don't and will not ever know everything. Be patient and be kind to yourself. Number 5, when you're setting a goal, start working towards it slowly. An all or nothing attitude, which I'm really more familiar with than what you might expect, is more than likely to result in you giving up. The slow and steady often does win the race, except that you're running a marathon, not a sprint to the finish line. And finally, change how you think about failure and prepare for it. Failure isn't the end of something. It can actually be a fantastic chance to start again. It's an opportunity to grow and redirect. Well, there you go. We've covered what it is, why it's important, and how to impact business mindset. So now, going back to my desire to have a thought-provoking quote about mindsets, I did end up finding a quote from Michelangelo that I think wraps this video up just beautifully. If people knew how hard I had to work to gain my mastery, it wouldn't seem so wonderful at all. So what have you discovered about your mindset and what's changed? Leave a comment below and let me know. Thanks so much for listening. Please subscribe, like, and share.